The future is electric. It's a vision that's no longer just a distant dream, but something we're beginning to see on our streets every day. The world is shifting and the cars we drive are changing with it. We all know it's coming, but most electric cars so far have looked either bland or bizarre. For years, automakers seemed to think that electric meant experimental, and the results have been hit or miss. Enter the 2026 Mercedes-Benz GLC EV, a car that redefines what an electric SUV can be. You look at it and think, that actually looks rather good. It's the kind of design that makes you pause and take a second glance. It doesn't shout about being green, it just exudes quiet confidence. There's no need for flashy colors or wild shapes, just a sense of calm assurance. Mercedes hasn't tried to reinvent the wheel here. Instead, they've refined it, taking what works and making it better for a new era. The GLC EV looks familiar but sleeker. Clean lines, a black panel grille with subtle three-pointed stars. It's a modern take on a classic silhouette, blending tradition with innovation. It's dignified, elegant, unmistakably a Mercedes. The kind of car that fits in anywhere, from city streets to country estates. The designers understood that premium SUV buyers want style, not a science experiment. They want something that feels exclusive, yet approachable. The proportions are spot on, muscular, sophisticated, but never aggressive. It's a vehicle that commands respect without demanding attention. Clever lighting gives it a distinct identity, day or night. The signature LED elements are instantly recognizable, making a statement without being over the top. It's as at home outside a fancy restaurant as it is gliding down the motorway. Whether you're heading to a gala or just running errands, it fits seamlessly into your life. This is evolution, not revolution. Mercedes has built on its legacy, moving forward without forgetting where it came from. The GLC EV feels new, but not alien. It's familiar enough to be comforting, yet fresh enough to be exciting. You see a proper, desirable car, one that just happens to be electric. It's not trying to be different for the sake of it, it's simply better. It's the kind of car that makes you think maybe this electric future won't be so bad. In fact, it might be something to look forward to. There's a quiet confidence to it, suggesting substance beneath the style. Every detail feels considered, every surface feels premium. Mercedes has shown how to make an electric car people actually want. It's not just about technology, it's about desire, aspiration, and everyday usability. No gimmicks, no shouting, just timeless appeal. The GLC EV is a reminder that great design never goes out of style. It's a masterclass in design restraint. Every line, every curve, every material has a purpose. The GLC EV is proof that the future can look as good as the past. It honors its heritage while embracing what's next. And that's why it stands out. The 2026 Mercedes-Benz GLC EV isn't just a glimpse of the future, it's a promise that the best is yet to come. And then there's the BMW. The ix3 arrives with all the confidence of a brand that's used to turning heads, but this time, it's for all the wrong reasons. If the Mercedes is a tailored suit, the BMW i3 is trousers on backwards, awkward, confusing, and just a bit embarrassing. Parked next to its rivals, it looks like it's trying too hard to be noticed, but missing the mark entirely. The basic SUV shape is fine, until you see the front. From the side, it's almost anonymous, blending in with the crowd, but the moment you catch a glimpse of the nose, everything changes. That grille dominates everything like a pair of angry beaver teeth. It's the first thing you see, and unfortunately, the last thing you remember. It's not just big, it's bizarre, impossible to ignore, and not in a good way. The proportions are so off it almost feels like a parody of BMW's classic design language. The rest of the car fades into anonymity, overshadowed by this monstrous snout. No matter where you look, your eyes are drawn back to that overwhelming front end. Headlights squint in disbelief, the face gurns like it's heard a bad joke. It's as if the car itself is surprised by its own reflection. Beyond the grille, the ix3 is forgettable. Blue accents try to say electric, but it feels forced. There's no real sense of innovation or excitement, just a half-hearted attempt to look modern. The side is generic, the rear tidy but bland. There's nothing here to make you stop and stare, nothing to set it apart from a sea of other SUVs. It screams for attention but has nothing interesting to say. In a crowded city, it's just another face in the crowd, albeit one you might wish you hadn't noticed. Was this a bet in the design studio? It's hard to believe anyone signed off on it. Maybe someone lost a dare, or perhaps they just ran out of time. Instead of admiration, it gets bewildered stares. People don't know whether to laugh, cringe, or just look away. In the world of premium cars, looking this wrong is a costly mistake. When you're paying this much, you expect a car that turns heads for the right reasons. The ix3 is a lesson in how not to stand out. It's a reminder that boldness without beauty can leave you all alone, even in a crowd. The BMW grille disaster didn't start with the ix3. It began with the latest M3 and M4, those giant vertical grilles that became instant memes. BMW doubled down, calling it bold and forward-thinking. But there's a difference between bold and ridiculous, and BMW has crossed that line. The classic kidney grille was iconic, elegant, sporty, perfectly proportioned. Now it's a caricature, blown up to absurd proportions. On the ix3, it's even more pointless, a massive, fake grille on a car that doesn't need one. It's a solution to a problem that doesn't exist. Like wearing a snorkel to the supermarket, it just draws the wrong kind of attention. This shows a disconnect between BMW and its customers. They're chasing shock value, risking their reputation for timeless design. The result? A car that looks silly, not special. BMW is trading legacy for fleeting controversy. The ix3's face is a monument to a bad idea, and it's costing them more than just style points. The GLC EV and ix3 represent two design philosophies. Mercedes believes in evolution, refining what works, keeping things elegant and familiar. The GLC EV is a seamless transition to electric, not a jarring leap. Mercedes builds trust by staying true to its luxury roots. BMW, meanwhile, is chasing attention with shock tactics. The ix3's face is designed to provoke, not please. It's a gamble be talked about, even if it's for the wrong reasons. This feels like insecurity. BMW trying to stand out in a crowded EV market. But shock value fades fast. Mercedes builds on its legacy. BMW seems to be running from its own. The result? One car looks timeless, the other confused. In this battle, elegance wins. In the petrol era, looks often meant performance. Big wings and intakes had a purpose. In the EV world, aerodynamics rule, and many cars look like soap bars. But design matters more than ever. When performance is similar, looks set cars apart. You're buying an image, something you see every day. The GLC EV nails it. Efficient, handsome, desirable. It proves you don't have to sacrifice style for range. Emotional connection matters. Cars are bought with the heart, not just the head. The ix3 might be brilliant to drive, but many can't get past the face. Specs are impressive, but design is what you live with. As EVs become more alike under the skin, looks become paramount. BMW forces you to choose between logic and aesthetics, and for most, the eyes win. Picture it. You're shopping for an electric car, a decision that feels both exciting and overwhelming. The options are endless, and every choice seems to say something about who you are and what you value. First stop, Mercedes. The GLC EV glows under the lights, sleek, inviting, just right. Its lines are elegant, the paint almost shimmering, and you can't help but be drawn in by its quiet sophistication. The salesperson talks range and tech, but honestly, you're already sold on the looks. The way it sits, the way it feels, there's an instant connection. You sit inside and it feels perfect. The interior wraps around you, every detail thoughtfully placed, making you feel at home. You can see it on your driveway, fitting seamlessly into your life, almost as if it was always meant to be there. Next, BMW. The ix3 sits in the showroom, grille front and center, bold and unapologetic. It's a statement, but is it your statement? The salesperson rattles off specs, speed, range, screens, and all the latest features. On paper, it's impressive, maybe even superior. Your brain hears it, but your heart sinks. Something just doesn't click, no matter how logical the choice seems. That grille dominates every angle, demanding attention, but not necessarily affection. You imagine seeing it every day and it just doesn't feel right. The excitement fades, replaced by doubt. Can a car's engineering overcome its looks? For most, probably not. The heart wants what it wants, even if the mind protests. The internal battle between spec sheet and soul is real. Numbers and features matter, but so does the feeling you get behind the wheel. Cars aren't just machines, they're emotional choices. They become part of your story, your daily life, your identity. If a car's personality is all aggression and noise, is that what you want to project? Or do you want something that feels more like you? In this face-off, Mercedes' quiet confidence is hard to resist. It's not just about standing out, it's about feeling right. The GLC EV wins hearts, even if the BMW wins on paper. Sometimes the best choice is the one that simply makes you smile. Ultimately, it's the car you love, not just the one you rationalize, and that's what matters most when you're making a choice you'll live with every day. Should you choose a car for its looks? In theory, no. In reality, looks matter, a lot. Cars aren't appliances, they're personal statements. If a car's design brings you joy, that's real value. If it makes you cringe, no amount of engineering can fix that. The GLC EV is a car you can love with both head and heart. It's beautiful, advanced and practical, no compromises. The ix3 asks you to ignore your instincts for the sake of specs. Some might, but most won't. When everything else is similar, design is the deciding factor. Mercedes has written a classic. BMW has scribbled on its own cover. The choice is obvious. Buy the car you want to look at every day.